Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, March 19th, 2024. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice right here, the previous session, we had an up day on the Monday ahead of Fed Wednesday. On Tuesday, it's a bit of a turnaround Tuesday. Back down within the range, something we mentioned Monday during the pre-market videos. We likely stay within last week's range as we head into Wednesday's trading. We could trade up and down within that range, but for the most part, we're kind of locked into this range here, trading above and below the midline as the market awaits the Fed. On Wednesday afternoon, we'll get another FOMC key level, and that will then provide us a level to trade off of here as we move forward with additional volatility Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and likely over the next couple of weeks. We last saw an FOMC key level come in here on January 31st, and that provided some juice here into the weekend, and then we saw additional strength here come out of that level. So we'll see what we get this time around, but for now, we're seeing a turnaround Tuesday back down within the range. Again, we could see a little bit more weakness down to the previous session's low, maybe even Friday's low, but not expecting a full-on expansion day to the downside. Instead, if we do turn down to that zone, we likely pull back and stay within range. So expecting mostly range-bound action within the last 6 to 7 day developing range. We take a look here at the NQ. Right now, also a down day at the moment. Turnaround Tuesday here. We saw price rally up to the previous session's highs, then backfill to the previous session's midpoint, or the current day's midpoint. Now inside day at the moment with a downward bias, and again, we could be looking at a push into the previous session's lows, maybe into Friday's lows, but then after that we kind of pull back and fall inside the range. If we take a look right here at the recent price action, I mean, this thing has been range bound for several weeks now. Several weeks of range bound action. Upward bias is still intact, but still not really going much of anywhere. Instead, just kind of holding still. At some point here, as we've mentioned, the uptrend likely gets broken. We maybe get some sort of impulsive sell-off of some sort. Perhaps some move that takes us back to 17.2, as I've mentioned often. A 17.2 rotation could lead to a nice little bounce, but until then, we're still stuck in the range, and again, developing this range with an upward bias until proven otherwise. Let's take a look here at crude oil. Crude right now showing some strength, kind of rotating between high range days and low range days. We had a high range failed new low, a digestive day, a high range day back to back, another low range day, a high range day yesterday where we broke through the highs, stop run day up, and now holding again. This market has been driving through the 80 level for the first time all year and maintaining that breakout point. That could open the door here to a continuation higher. 80 bucks here is about where this market has settled on resistance, and the breakthrough 80 could open up 85 and follow that into 90 up above. This large key range right here as well points to 85.55 and 91.50 as the upside target. So any pullback, even a pullback as deep as 80 here, could provide a continuation up over the next several weeks. All right, taking a look here at gold futures. Right now, gold is down about 0.25% at the moment, but continuing to hold the 2150 edge. 2150 here, key level. 2150 230 is the top of the key range there, and right now holding within a range above that zone. As we mentioned before, this could be a digestive play here, where it's kind of digesting that recent strength with an upward bias. Holding to 2150 would suggest a continuation up. Failing at 2150 and you open up 2100 and perhaps even lower into 2050. So overall, those are the three 50-point ranges right now. This thing zoomed up through those three 50-point ranges. Now building some energy up here at these highs. And again, bulls keeping the 2150 level area bid. could be looking at a push higher within the range, but any failure starts to open up some backfill. Lastly, taking a look here at the YM. The YM right now showing a little bit of a pullback as well. This one has shown mostly uptrending price action, had been very range bound for a while. A little bit of a push to new highs and pullback here we've seen. And now holding right there within the bullish Puma trigger zone here. Double inside day developing right now. Again, likely to stay within the last week's range for the most part. Last week's range can take us down as low as this low here. We may see a little bit of a push to previous 2-day lows, but any push into that low could still lead to a little bit of a bounce back. Again, not anticipating a full-on breakdown, just a rotation back within the lower part of the range, maybe a bounce as we head into Wednesday's trading. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.